How's it going, everyone? I'm JT from the Cycle Club, and this is going to be a different video than usual. I had a gaming Halloween special planned out, but that is not going to happen anymore. Okay, so as some of you may remember, there was a guy named Blue and a guy named Charles in this channel. Blue I Wonder and Call Me Dallas, then he did use a different account named Charles, like some numbers after. Either way, they were both fired. And, yeah, then I may or may not have leaked Charles' phone number at one point. After I felt bad, I took it down, reposted the video without the stuff in it, and that's exactly where it was. But now I get a fucking message from Xbox saying, "Oh, you have been abused or whatever someone." I don't send bad messages. I got some comm bans from calling people like fucking morons and stuff. But like, okay, abuse? Okay. One, they have no proof I did that. The only proof they have is if someone saved that video and sent it, which no one did, unless Blue Eyes Wonder sent it to Charles and he has a copy of it, and then used that Microsoft and all that shit. But that's not important. The other thing that I have to bring up with all this is months ago. This is not like just 2 days ago. In fact, I even lost my shit on Ripping, thinking he made that, but he didn't. I contacted Ripping and I'm like, bro, really? Just because I'm hanging out with people and like talking with your ex-girlfriend, who is also my friend, might I add. I am sorry for accusing you, Ripping. I will admit that if you're watching this, I highly doubt you are because you don't watch my channel often, but I am sorry. Anyways, out of the way with that, but also, as you remember, the Midnight Royalty was a fuck you notification. The Midnight Royalty was a crew that I made a few months ago. Fuck, like right after I started like working with them and doing the gaming videos and all that, just all that shit piled on it. But anyways, that's not the point. So, while working with them, I got in a fight with Ripping on the off season, and Ripping didn't return, and he probably won't return to the channel ever, unless it takes like some sort of miracle or some shit. Either way, what happened with enough about Ripping and that we are not going to go back to that now. But Charles and Blue have gotten me kicked off of online until the 7th. I had this whole Halloween video planned, like, and now it's just gone out the fucking window. And next year, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can. I wish I could. And I know it could be like, oh, well, I could use a different online thing, but the abuse thing makes it impossible for me to go online. Literally. Can't join a single multiplayer game. And I need to be at a certain level to do all this shit. So, unless you can get me to 100 levels in GTA in about, I don't know, 20 minutes, I'm fucked. Anyway, back to what's happened. So, now I've made a new crew. Well, I made it, and then I gave the reins over to my friend Ray because I wanted to still work with Owens Outlaws. So Ray, this guy I mentioned before, Sam, he had tried to be on the channel, but I'm not going to say what happened. Certain aspects caused him to not be in the channel, and now he might be in the channel for some live streams. By the way, Sam, I know you're probably watching this. Welcome aboard. He's probably going to be in live stream because he's part of the crew. And there's Helma, and then there's other people. So we'll see if they want to be in it too. I know Sam doesn't mind being in live streams, and I know Ray is thinking about doing live streams. So yeah, but I got a few Halloween stories I can tell you guys now. So here's a lollipop. Anyway, let's start with the Halloween stories, shall we? Okay, I really always thought Halloween was a weird type of holiday, actually, I'll be honest with you. So, as a kid, you're told never go in a stranger's house or to a stranger's house and never take candy from a stranger. Now we go to strangers' houses, knock on the door, and openly take candy from them. Never take candy from strangers. Yeah, okay. Now, let's start with these. I'm gonna save the funniest one, in my opinion, and the creepiest one for the last two. So, I was walking one year, I think it was like maybe about okay, so I'm not gonna say who, but certain members of the cycle club like to go trick or treating. A little too much. Either way, so I'm walking. I'm about maybe about fucking I don't know, man. I don't know what age. Like I was in my later teens. Um, but I'm walking home and I see some guy walking on the street. He looks at me, looks at another kid across the street. You'd see him run, just fucking punch the kid right in the jaw and take his bag and just run off. I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, should I go and stop that or should I just go help the kid and cut my losses on this one? Because I know I'm not fast enough to catch this guy. Went to help the kid up. Kid's like fucking 10 years old. I always carry a second sack of like a like a second pillowcase in case. Gave him half my candy. No big deal. Fucking just I don't know why people try to rob people in this town. Maybe he thought I was too big to try and rob, or like just be a harder person to steal from. Like what the hell's wrong with some people in this world? Okay, this one I call Father of the Year because this is definitely what the guy is. I'm about to go up. I got this huge, like, full body suit on, like, and then a mask. That's a zombie. He's like, hey, can I borrow that mask for a second? There's one guy. Okay. He's like, yeah, my son hates zombies. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Even if he ran off with my mask, big deal. He goes, hides behind the bush. I'm standing there waiting around, like maybe a few feet away. He jumps up, scares his kid. His kid starts fucking running, and he's like, he throws me back my mask, and he chases after him. He's like, Joe, stop running, or Joey, or whatever the fuck his name was. I don't even remember. I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with that dad? Okay, so um, let's go here. Oh, this one I call the cold clock. Cold clock means you just fucking knock someone out. So had a friend who had a how do I say this the right way? Kind of like a reflex where if they get scared, they attack. So this guy is waiting in the bushes, different guy than the father of the year, and then some kid pops up, like he pops up out of the bushes while we're at the door, punches the guy right in the fucking jaw, and he's just like, oh, what the fuck? It was hilarious. I was dying. Good times. Next one. Okay. This one's probably the only one that didn't happen on Halloween night, but this Halloween story is a little bit funny. It was the week of Halloween, and so when I was with a few people, well, like we were all doing Spirit Week at the school, and it's Zombie Day, so I go. I don't have a zombie mask anymore. Masks were not allowed back then in school, so I did a bunch of nice face paint. When my dad did help me with it even, and no big deal. I looked fucking phenomenal with this face paint on. I looked so realistic. I got a white shirt covered in fake blood. I was decked out, like looking best zombie ever could. Second happened. I was supposed to be going to 3 Days Grace, see that band in my hometown. So I went down to the stadium to buy tickets. I I went straight downtown after school. I forget I got the face paint on and stuff. People are looking at me like I'm like, what? And they're like, okay. So people are saying, oh, nice and stuff. I'm not thinking. Walking to Ticketmaster, freaking buy their 3 Days Grace tickets. come home, sit down, then go into the washroom, look in the mirror. I'm like, oh, that's why. I was wondering all day why people would look at me weird after I left the school. I thought like I had something on my face. I'm like, yeah, a pound of face paint and looked like a fucking zombie walking just through downtown. I found that funny. Anyway, next story. Ah, yes, the robbery. Yeah. Okay, so this was a plan. My friend, he had a ton of masks and he lived near a store. I only went trick or treating with him one year, and so the store there would give you like $1 candy bars, like big candy bars that are for $1, like because they're getting rid of them. So my friend, he comes back with like a box full of masks, like I think 20 different masks. So we would we would switch our and he brought like a different jackets, different shirts. We would keep going in, and he walked out with like probably about the whole display basically. I don't know if he noticed it was us multiple times and just didn't care or not, but yeah, we fucking had a good time that year. Um. Okay. Now let's go into the probably my favorite stories. Okay, let's start with oh, this happened one year. So there's an old video that I will not be reposting because Loki wanted taken down. Where it was Halloween. I can't even make a lie about it. It was a Halloween party, and everyone in the video except me is drunk at some point. So Levi is thinking, "Oh, I want some candy." She goes outside with Loki, me, and her friend Aaron. So this fucking drunk as hell 17-year-old girl goes walking up to a door, starts knocking on the door with like just a little bit of fake blood on her face. It's like the guy's like, whatever, okay. Gives her a bag of can, like a little bit of some stuff like leftovers. Like this is like 12 at night. He probably woke this guy up. She probably woke him up. And yeah, so she got a little bit of candy in it. Can you just imagine, like, the 17-year-old drunk kid is just fucking shit faced, can barely talk, and just came to your door? It's like, whatever. On any other occasion, that would be funny as hell. I just don't know why. Like, Lucas encouraged it. He was probably the most sober, other than me, obviously. So, yeah, that's just, next, next story. I know I'm rushing through these, it's just I don't got much context for them. Okay, so that's three. This one is Loki's. My favorite moment with Loki. You know what? I'll tell two stories with Loki because that same Halloween night before he got drunk, we ordered Domino's that night. And he's like, "So where are you for Halloween?" The Domino's guy doesn't get it for like 20 minutes. Like, well, not 20 minutes, but like, he's like, "What are you being for Halloween?" Like, says it like 10 times. He's like, "Oh, a delivery driver." He caught on like after a while. It's like, "Oh, I should have guessed that." And yeah, so that happened. But here's the funny one. So me and him were trick or treating one time, and he's like, "Yo, dude, watch this." So we go up to a house, and we knock on the door, and he's like, "Trick or treat!" Like, and all you see is the guy goes to grab candy, and it's normal candy. He's like, "Ew, never mind," and he walks away from the door. It's like I was laughing, trying not to like crap, not crap myself, piss myself laughing because just the guy's look of confusion on his face. He was like, "What? Does this kid not like Snickers? We got Mars bars too." Like he was confused as hell. Um. Okay. Now the two most dangerous ones. Well, two shittiest ones, I'll say. Wait, never mind. Let me think here. Is there only two left? Yeah, there's only two left. So this one is probably the worst luck for most of the thing. Someone hosted a Halloween party at the school. Well, the school hosted a Halloween party for both classes. we're not saying who they, but someone may or may not have fucking screwed the entire class over and got hated by their whole class. I was in the second class. There was 4A and 4B. I was in 4A. So I think I could have been 4B. I don't know. But there was 4A, 4B. So one grade 4 class is like, okay, uh, fucking like all of them get like one candy from each person. Like who was like, bring in something for Halloween, like a candy, and like they watch their movie. That night, kids are online saying, "Oh, I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick," and it's all from that class. Someone fucked up and gave kids food poisoning. I don't know if that was a plan. I don't know if that was just, bad luck. Like, they tried to discuss who it was, but they narrowed it down to 2 people, and both those kids were, like, treated like shit for the rest of, like, the next few months, but that's not important. So, me and one of my friends went trick-or-treating that year. We were the only 2 that were okay. Everyone else in that class was, like, fucking heaving in the toilet that night. It's like, God, can you imagine how shitty that would be? Never in my life have I missed a Halloween to go trick-or-treating since like I was a kid, like in my kid years, obviously. Like I don't trick-or-treat anymore. I'm fucking 22. That's way too late. But yeah. Anyways, important stuff done. Yeah, but 22 years, damn. Hard to believe I'm that old. But yeah, fucking 30 kids not on Halloween that night. So many kids were pissed off. Some kids did go out and were like, can you imagine vomiting on someone's doorstep? Trick or treat. Clean that up. I ruined Halloween. Right now, like crazy with this shit. Anyways, last one. Okay, this one is my personal story, and Loki can vouch for it. Me, Levi, Loki, and Kenny all went trick or treating one year together. Only once that happened, sadly, because, people don't get along, and I can understand that. But we all did our own thing. So it's 2 weeks later. I'm going to hang out with Loki, and I'm like, fuck, man, he's got a lot of candy, too, man. I just want to have some candy in case, like, I don't want to be the guy that's like, hey, can I have a Snickers, even though I got, like, 2 bags at home? So I grabbed Snickers and a few other things. I don't know if I said, like, exactly, like, if I wanted Snickers or whatever. I just grabbed, like, a bunch of candy and put it in a little Paul Ziploc bag. So I remember I'm there. I'm sitting in the chair. Loki and Levi are cuddling. Kenny's gone somewhere. I don't fucking know. Kenny's not even at this meetup. So I open the Snickers. No big deal. It looks normal. Eat it and then, huh? Start moving it all around in my mouth, like until I get something feeling like a sharp stick. Pulls out some tack. That's not normal. That is not. I know what a Snickers contains, and some tack is not one of the things. So maybe it was someone trying to kill people. Maybe it's just bad luck. Maybe it's some sort of prank. I don't fucking know. None of them had any problems. They were much more cautious, I was told, about what they would do. Like, but why the fuck? How the fuck did I get some tack in my candy? They didn't. And I don't know how it didn't. It didn't occur to me like there was a thumbtack size hole or something, or like it's weird. I really don't know. Weirdest Halloween experience I had. But that's what Halloween was. I miss Halloween. I still celebrate it, but now it's more not lollipops. Now it's, oh, everyone's going to get drunk or going to hang at the bar or going to go wear costumes and just have a good time. Good old times, eh, guys? So, hopefully there is a Halloween video I can do next week, like in real life, because banned from doing video game videos till the 7th of November. So, anyways, by that time, Halloween will be over. Jesus got the hiccups. So, happy Halloween. I'll see you next Friday. And keep crazy, y'all. Goodbye. The video won't turn off.